You're listening to Downright Dreaming, a podcast hosted by me, Kate,
and me, Tanya. We chat about big dreams, creating your next level life, and a whole lot of girl talk.
a podcast where no dream is too big and no topic is off limits.
This is the Downright Dreaming podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Downright Dreaming podcast. I'm your co-host Kate.
And I'm your co-host Tanya, and this is our last episode of season 1.
It's very exciting. Right, I'll just put in an applause.
Yes,
sound
please.
effect. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is our last episode of season 1. So we have done 12 episodes.
3 months.
3 months of Downright Dreaming.
Was it?
Yep.
We started in May.
Yeah, it's been 3 months of the Downright Dreaming podcast. Has it?
Well, 12 episodes.
I mean,
12 episodes,
it's
1
3
a
months,
week.
1 a week.
1,
Yeah.
8, 12.
Is it? Let's look.
I'm like, how is that been?
Let's look at our stats.
No, yeah, 12 episodes, 12 weeks. We have.
When did we host our first one?
We're getting fat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You say we're getting fat?
No, we're getting fat.
Fat.
But I don't think I added the S. I just said fat.
Yeah.
So it probably does not like that.
I mean, either way.
But anyway, 3 months.
3 months of Downright Dreaming. So if you're still here, still listening to us, thank you.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
We're like at the Golden Globes. I just like to thank.
I'd like to thank our parents for being avid listeners and
number 1 supporters.
number 1 supporters, and also all you guys. Like, we
Yeah.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, every week, so many people, so many haters. It's great. If you didn't listen to last week's episode, go listen.
There's only
We have a few haters, which we're all,
but
welcoming them in.
funnily enough, all the haters are all weird men on TikTok. So are they even haters, or are they just like
They're just bored.
Yeah.
They need to get a hobby. They need to get something to do. Okay, so we thought, well, let's do a little how was your week? But this episode is just about evolution of the dream. It's a season 1 recap.
Yeah.
All the things that have changed in our lives over the last 3 months, which is pretty insane. And just a check-in, a mid-year check-in, because it's we're midway through 2023.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
Crazy.
do, how was your week?
Okay, week was so good. And then I was just thinking of something that I know that I spoke about here as a goal in the early episodes that is now coming to completion this week.
Yep.
Or actually by the time this episode comes out, it's like a week ago. But
Yeah.
remember when I was like, I think I want to start teaching about business?
Yes.
Program was launched. It went for 6 weeks. We're in our final week. Clients are thriving.
So
Businesses
good.
have been made. Money has been
Businesses
made.
have been made.
Yeah. So like we're closing the program, which was Turn Your Passion to Your Paycheck, this week, and I did it, and it's done, and it's closed, and now we're doing waitlist is open for round 2. Like,
Oh my God.
fully done, happened.
Okay, so in the last 3 months of the podcast, you were like, I think I want to teach this. I think that'd be a good idea. Started the program, finishing the program, opening up season 2 of the program. Round two,
Yeah,
sorry.
season 2.
Season 2.
Round 2, yeah, which will be in September. So if you want to make your passion your paycheck, get on the wait list.
What kind of businesses have they made? Are you allowed to say?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Give us a little
it's been like,
insight.
it's been so interesting because it's all different. Like,
Yeah.
there's been a few people who are doing what I do, which is like mindset coaching, life coaching, health coaching. Like, it's been like a coach
Yep.
kind of thing. Then there's been a dancer who, actually 2 dancers. One has been starting her own like private dance lesson situation, but then also wanting to like create a certain like workshop that she does in person. She does, I'm like, how much should I say about this person?
Don't give us names.
Oh, no, she's she dances for an NBA team, and she was holding workshops with younger dancers and bringing in those choreographers and getting them seen.
That's cool.
So now she's like starting this whole thing. One, or actually a few, have their own HR business.
Love.
And they've been getting clients, and then one started a podcast.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do they listen?
I think she does.
Hi.
Shout out to you because she's doing so well. Like, they're all doing so well.
That's so good.
Biggest sales weeks, like most money they've ever made, like epic stuff. So I'm like,
So good.
it was so meant to be. Like, I was meant to do it, you know?
Yep. Well, you said it on the podcast first. And then it just, Yeah, it came
And
true.
it happened. It evolved.
It evolved. This is why this is the evolution of the dream episode.
Yeah, but that's my weekly recap because that's ending now, and I realized that started here.
We should do a TikTok or a Reels of every time we've said the words evolution of the dream. Just
is.
us, evolution of the dream.
And how was your week?
It's been great.
Yeah.
I feel like likewise, the evolution of the dream since we first started this podcast, I was in a different real estate office. It was,
You have evolved with the dream.
Yeah.
Let me just say.
it was so hard to get, it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. I was teaching like full time.
And didn't you realize this from an episode?
Literally from me listening to me.
Oh, I love that.
We did our morning routine episode. We were telling each other our morning routines. And as I was saying it, I don't think I realized, but as I listened back to it, I listened to my morning routine and thought, I don't want to do that anymore. That's not the morning routine that I want to do. That's not the life that I want to live.
Yeah.
Like I still want to do real estate and I still want to teach, but why am I making it so hard? Can't this be easier?
Oh, yes, it can.
How can I make it easier? So I did.
The total
Changed
question.
offices, which was like crazy
So good.
because there was like some limiting beliefs that I had to kind of deal with through it because I went from one office and I went to a different office, but it was like, do I care what people think? Is there going to be judgment? Yada, yada, yada. Nah. Just threw that out the window.
Throw it out the window.
Didn't fucking
Doesn't
care.
serve you.
No.
No. Waste of energy.
Yep. And then I made the decision, like, said it on the podcast, think I'm going to stop teaching. And I have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, there's been so much. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just got so excited.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still doing some private lessons. But that's just because that's for me though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I honestly feel like in these past 3 months, there has been a massive closing of a chapter for you.
Yeah.
And a big fat reopening of a new exciting one. And that's big. That's like life stuff.
Yeah, it's like a whole new life. It's a whole new era.
Oh, it's a new era, okay?
I'm on the Taylor Swift tour.
You are. It's Kate Daniels.
Yep. So yeah, stopped teaching. And I've
Wow.
been teaching since I was like 19, like full time teaching 5-6 days a week. Not like one random class.
Mm-hmm.
When I say teaching, I wasn't just teaching like a random jazz class.
No, you were
It was
teaching studio.
7 hours a day,
Mhm.
multiple studios.
Full-time dance teacher, yeah.
It was a full-time job. Even when I go back to Australia, I would choose that over seeing my family.
Yeah,
I would fly to different places in Australia and go teach studios.
totally.
Loved. It was great. But now I wouldn't go back and do that.
20s you, 30s you.
20s me, 30s. Yeah.
Priorities.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even the last time I went home, I turned 30. The last time I went home, the time before last, actually, for Christmas last year, my mum was like, so you're going to teach? You're going to, reach out to a bunch of studios? What are you going to do? And I was like, nah.
I don't want to do anything.
0. And she was shocked. She's like, what? Oh, you're not going to do anything? I was like, nah, nothing. Family time. 100% family time. She's like, you don't have any plans? I was like, 0 plans.
Oh, I love that.
Yep. 20s me, 30s. That's
big difference.
huge difference. But I think talking about it on the podcast, talking to you about it, Tan does this all day long. You talk about all the things all day long. That's your job.
Yeah.
But I think for, let's say, maybe 80% of the people listening or more probably don't do that.
Yeah.
They don't like sit here with a friend and be vulnerable and say like, hey, I think I want to start a floral shop. I don't think I want to open up a florist. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's really hard for someone to do.
Yeah.
To kind of openly talk about their goals and their dreams from a no judgment zone. And also, is this going to work? How do I do it? All the questions that they're thinking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I definitely know what you mean. And we were talking about this right before we pressed record because you were like, you've realized so much from listening to yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like such a gift talking about like your life. And obviously you have the podcast as like a channel for you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do that in my business. But basically whatever I'm like offering my clients, I'll always like have a story of mine to like share as to why I'm offering them this experience or what they're going to learn through a story of mine. But having to like look at your life like that and look at look at your life in hindsight, see the pivotal moments, see the decisions made, see the results, it like starts making you think about yourself differently and seeing yourself differently. And then you have like a purpose, like a bit more of a purpose to like be very intentional around like, how am I going to end the year? What do I want to be talking about? How do I want to feel? Like there's more of a emphasis on your own life.
Yep.
And it's good. I like it. I think it's good.
Everyone should just start recording themselves.
Yeah, start recording yourself.
And then listen back. No, but honestly, it's been like the best gift.
Yeah.
Because I do listen to the episodes multiple times because first one we have to edit and kind
Kate's our number one fan.
I'm a number one fan. I have to edit and you listen to it too because you're doing the socials. But then I sit in the car and I listen to it and I just think, oh, what the fuck? That sounds stupid. Why would I be doing that?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore.
It's huge.
Or, oh yeah, okay, that feel like when I say it, when I hear myself say it on the podcast and I'm like, yes, that feels good. Like I should still be doing that. I should still be doing private lessons. I should still be, who knows? I'm going to listen to this and be like, nah.
Season 2 comes and you're like, revamp. No, you won't be too crazy different, I guess, because now you're like literally getting started on what you really want to do.
Yeah.
From a place of you choosing it with like you as top priority. Like not for anyone else, not to like make rent. It's like, no, this is what I want. And this is like the amount of money I want. And this is the path I'm going to choose for myself.
Yeah. I was listening to the episode before last. What was that one about? Well, I was talking about, it was our interview.
Oh.
My interview. And it was so crazy.
Dream Life interview with my host, Kate.
Yeah. Tans is coming out. Actually, it's already out. I was listening to when I first started telling you my dream life, and then you being like, wait a fucking sec. Hold the phone.
I literally put the paper down. I was like, what? Okay.
You're like, what is this? Because I think people that are listening can relate. When you think about your dream life, you are so scared to go so big.
Yeah.
You're so scared to say all the things out loud because people are going to think you're stupid or crazy or they're going to judge you.
Yeah.
Or they're like, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
That mindset, you listen to this all the time. But me listening back, I was thinking, oh my God, why would I say I only want 6 people under me?
Yeah.
Why is there a number?
Yeah.
Why does there have to be a limit?
Yeah.
If I want to be the boss, what's the limit?
Yeah.
No limit.
Oh, this is so good. Yeah. Awareness is like the first thing. Like, this is so good. And
that's how I was listening to myself do my dreaming. Like, I feel like I need to redo my interviews.
We can.
Like, you know, like, in a good way.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Come to a retreat. Redo it there and make a declaration. Stand in front of everyone.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I actually come?
Yeah.
Are you inviting me?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll pay for it.
I'm like, I'll send you an invoice. No, come. This is what we'll do. We'll be talking about this stuff. But keep going.
Yeah, so and that was only 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I've already have gone, well, there's so many limits.
Yeah.
There's already so many limits I'm putting on myself for the future. But like, if I want to get to where I want to be, then the limit needs to not exist. Yeah. When you were talking about like the dream car, I was like, yeah, I already have my dream car. And you're like, no.
Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Think bigger. But this is like, even you saying like you may not be in an environment where you feel comfortable to talk like that. This is why people invest in mentorship. Like this is why the coaching industry is so good because people don't have an opportunity to maybe do that in their everyday life. So if you're willing and wanting more in your life, if you're wanting to elevate your life, get into the rooms where this is happening.
Yeah.
Get into the rooms where this is encouraged, this is happening. And not only that, you're around people going even bigger and you're seeing them as evidence for what's possible. And this is the only reason why, like, I have the goals and dreams that I have now is because I'm like, I literally know like 5 people off the top of my name basis who are doing what I want.
Yeah.
At that level. Because I've invested to be in the rooms where this is normalized, but it's not normal.
Yeah. Because I feel like so many people can relate. They have a dream and then they think they just can't do it because they have a kid or they don't have enough money to do it, to start it, or they don't know how to start it.
Yeah.
They don't have all the information, which you don't need, by the way. You need 0 information to start anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like that holds so many people back, myself included.
I think the work is really like being around somewhere that makes you unplug from your current reality, because when you're in it and you're living it, like it's real, it's here, it's happening.
Yeah.
But to create the life that you want, you literally have to disconnect from what's happening and go there in your mind. Like you have to, one of the things that I always tell my clients is stop interacting. If you want more money, if you want to do something else, which everything that my clients bring to me is stuff they've never done before, because that's what we're doing. We're creating new things. So realize you don't know how it's going to happen. Realize that it's something new, that you're not going to know what it's going to be like. So there's going to be fear because you're doing something new.
Yeah.
And stop being so interactive with right here, right now. Like,
yeah,
stop interacting with it, because if you keep interacting with it at 100%, it's just going to keep coming with you.
It's going to follow you.
Yeah, it's just going to be what it is. You have to like interact with something else, think differently, choose differently. Not as you through your current lens, as what do you want? So choose that way. Choose that way. I swear, I do the weirdest arms when I teach. I'm like, go into it. Choose that way, like a freaking flight attendant. But seriously, that's what it is. You have to stop being here and feeling this is truth.
Yeah. So if someone wants to evolve, like in their life, let's say it's July 2023.
Yeah.
And we're going into the second half of the year. We have 6 months-ish. Let's just say we have 5 months. Because, and maybe even 4 months, honestly.
Yeah.
Because we take breaks.
Yeah.
We take holidays. We spend time with family and friends, because it's Thanksgiving here, it's Christmas, it's New Year's. So we have to like delete a few weeks.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be times where you just want to relax.
For sure.
So let's say 5 months.
Okay.
It's probably technically 4 months, let's be honest.
I know, with Christmas and
With Christmas and everything.
And Thanksgiving
4
here.
months. Like 4 months.
Yeah.
What we've done in 3 months, like we have like we have a little bit extra. We have 4 months, let's say. Give some tips and tricks for the listeners.
Okay.
Because you're the professional.
Excuse me.
And I'm just the co-host. I'm just an audience.
No,
member.
I love talking about this. I'll talk about this all day long. So the first thing is to get rid of the stories about what the first half of the year has been up until this point.
Oh my God, that's so big.
If you haven't achieved what you want, if you haven't committed or stayed consistent, like whatever's going on, like whatever the story is, like throw it out the door, because your first half of the year does not dictate how the end of the year is going to end for you.
Yeah.
You are the one that decides how it's going to end. And once you're clear on that, then you start making decisions for it. But literally how the year has been up until this point doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. It can change today. It can change today, because results don't take time. This is my favorite saying of life. Results don't take time. They take alignment. That's it. That you don't need to be like, well, it's already halfway through the year, so I may as well wait until January. I'll start fresh. Like, they don't take time. If you commit for 30 days on shifting your thoughts, getting your energy behind what you want, getting clear on what you want, reconnecting to the excitement around what you want, being in environments with people doing what you want, it will come like that.
Yeah.
And you will end the year as a completely different person. In fact, the second half of the year, for me, proves to be my best every year.
Yeah.
Because all the momentum builds, and my thought process, my belief around the second half of the year is whatever I've done in the beginning will triple. And things are about to ramp up, because that's just my belief. My belief is not that it's slowing down, I'm late. It's just ramping up.
Yeah. Do you feel excited about the end of like the rest of the year?
Yeah. And like,
I do too.
oh, for sure.
I always get to this part of the year, I'm like, oh my God. Also, because I do love the holidays. Like, I love Christmas. I love that time of year. So it makes me excited to get there.
Yeah.
And I don't want to waste time.
Yeah.
Like, I want to fulfill the rest of the year.
I'll say something really important, because obviously what holds everyone back from doing whatever they want is fear of what are people going to think? What if I can't do it? What if I fail? It's the fear, okay? And I had a conversation with a client on the phone yesterday, because she's doing this stuff. Like, she's got a business, she's doing the damn thing. And I was like, I just need you to know, like, no one's immune to fear. Even like the millionaire mentors I have who are multimillionaires, like crazy success, still have fear. We don't interact with it. You don't interact with it. Like, the difference between someone who has what you want is they felt the fear and did it anyway.
Yeah.
That's it. So don't wait for the fear to go away, because tip, it's not going anywhere. It's coming with you, and you learn how to navigate it.
Yeah, it's always going to be there. I think that was a big realization in my 30s. It's like, oh, everyone feels like this.
Yeah.
Everyone's scared to do this. But no one really talks about it.
No.
Unless you're in those rooms where people are talking about it and going through the steps on how to navigate it.
Yeah, and it's normalized in these environments that you put yourself into. Like, if someone came to you and was like, I feel scared about this, you're like, I know. Yeah. And what are you like? And did you post it anyway? Yeah. And what's the worst that's going to happen? Like it's not like it doesn't stop. It's just like, yes, get it out, and we move on.
Yeah, I think all those people that you follow on Instagram, if you're listening and you see someone and they post and they do all the things that you want to be doing, like they were probably really scared to do that to start with.
Yeah.
Really scared of the judgment and really scared of the vlogs and the maybe you want to do that, and really scared of opening a business or, you know, building an online brand. Like everyone's scared.
Everyone's scared
to do all the things.
And here's
we have been scared to do things, and you just work through it.
You do. And the funniest thing in reference to this client yesterday, because she was so scared, like she wasn't taking the action that she knows she should be, and she's so good, and she was so scared around uncertain things. And I literally had to be like to her, okay, what if you fail? Your life would look exactly the same.
Right.
Like, you have a 9-to-5. You have an income. What if your business fails? You would still be at your 9-to-5.
Yeah.
What are you scared of? I literally like, what are you scared of? If you failed, your life would look exactly the same as it does right now.
Right.
So
do it.
Yeah. So like,
you don't really know what's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what we're scared of is like in relation, like on the spectrum of a 2-year-old scared of a monster in their closet or a monster under their bed. That's the spectrum of fear.
I still am.
That we play with. But when you look at it as an adult, like, what am I actually scared of? You're going to be like, you're going to see it's not as big of a deal if you look at the fear.
Yeah. And I think going back to like, if she didn't do the thing and she went back to her 9-to-5 job, if she then looks at it and goes, oh, well, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So let's do the thing.
That's actually an interesting fact, because when I said that to her energy, Kate, literally on the phone, she was like, that's not happening. Yeah. Failure's not an option. I'm going to do that, because there is no way. Like, it like spiraled her into this activation. Yeah. And I was like, I have no doubt that you're not going to fail, because this is what's actually underneath. This is who's leading.
So fear is a good thing as well, because you can use it both ways. I mean, talking about me with teaching, it was like, well, you know, I kept saying, well, if this career doesn't, I can always do that.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I don't want to do that. The reason why I'm stopping doing that is because I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So let's just like make it happen.
Yeah.
Like something will always happen and it will be good. But if you don't want to go back to the 9-to-5, then do the thing that's scary.
Totally. I think the main message of this conversation, of this little nutshell, is it's always going to be scary. I know this is not what people want to hear. It's always going to be scary. It's not going to be comfortable. It's never going to be the right time. So stop waiting.
Yeah.
It's never going to be the right time. It's never going to be the right time for you to be like, I'm going to leave teaching. Like, you have to literally be like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's never going to
force myself to send the email.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like the feeling, you know, like taking it back to childhood on your first day of school. We all remember that feeling, right? Kind of like the first day of not the first day of school, because I don't really remember that, but the first day of a new grade.
Yeah.
Like going into like,
just gonna go all in.
Yeah, like going into year 5 or something, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you have friends, but you're in a new class. And maybe you only have one friend in that class and all of your other friends are in different classes. Like, I mean, there's no like, well, I'm just not going to go to school. I mean, maybe you I don't know.
Yeah, you got to move.
You just have to like do it, and then you wake up the next day. You get through day 1 of school.
Yeah,
and it's like a weird mix of emotions. It's really uncomfortable, but exciting, but really scary. Then you wake up the next day, and you're like, okay. Then by the time you know, you've done a whole week of school.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, okay. And then have the weekend, and you come back around to Monday, and you're like, okay, yeah, ready for school.
Yeah,
and it's not scary anymore.
Speaking of school, this was actually a really interesting example that you brought that up. But speaking of school, tell me if you agree. In society, here I go.
Okay.
In society, I feel like in school, like we get told even by like adults and stuff, it's like once you finish school, once you're an adult, then you can make your own decisions. But right now, you got to learn, you got to do this. And we're not taught that once school ends or college ends or whatever, schooling ends,
Yep.
we're not taught that the lessons still continue, the learning still continues, that you still have to feel fear and learn how to overcome things. Like it's like once all that ends, you should know exactly what you're doing. You should know exactly how it's going to feel. Like we're not taught, like we're still throughout our whole life, like day one on year 5, whole life, like
Yeah.
we're still like, I don't know, but you got to move. And we're not taught that that's what's there. So we don't want to willingly learn new things.
Yeah, because you've like shut that chapter.
Yeah.
You're like, well, that's what I did when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I don't need to do that.
And you also get to choose. You get to be like, I don't want to do hard things. And that's fine too.
That's the difference, I think, is as an adult, we get to choose.
Yeah.
We get to choose what we want to eat for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
We get to choose how much money we want to spend on those shoes.
Which is amazing.
Yes.
But the downside is you will make it logical and make it make sense, you choosing comfort. You'll be like, it's just, it makes sense for the year.
Yeah.
It makes sense for my husband. It makes sense for the kids. Makes sense for...
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. But when you're a kid or you're going, like, in your teenage years, nothing made sense.
Nothing makes sense.
And your mom would be like, well, you're doing that. I paid for it. You're doing it. And you're like, I don't want to do it. And you're like, well, you're doing it.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh. And you do it. And you're like, that was the best. Can I do it next year?
Exactly.
And she'd be like, no, you're not doing it. We're not doing it next year. Doing something else.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, you did so many things.
Mm-hmm.
You just did everything.
Yeah.
You played sports, you did dance, you did art, you did music, you went to this friend's house and that party. You just did so many things.
Mm.
You didn't really want to do them all the time.
Yeah.
And you were scared to do them, but you did them.
Yeah, exactly.
You came out the other side and you're like, okay, that was actually really great.
That was really great.
I feel like that is the same as an adult,
Yeah.
just in a different way.
Totally. And not everyone has an urge to do something new.
No.
So sometimes like people are fine. They finish school and they get their job and they do their life and that's like so perfect for them. But I'm speaking to the ones who maybe feel a little unfulfilled or who maybe feel like ready for a next phase or ready for something more, but don't really know like what that bridge looks like,
Yeah. But even if you're still in that like 9-to-5 job, you still have to ask for the pay rise, the promotion.
Yeah.
Do you want to just be in that one job, like that one position for the next 50 years? Probably not. You probably want to, change positions, change departments, stay with the same company, but, get more money.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Hopefully. That's also scary.
I
Having
know.
that conversation with your boss.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have confidence and courage for that.
Yeah. I feel like there's also people out there that just don't even think about this stuff. Do you think?
Yes, 100%. I didn't think about this stuff. Like a few years ago, before I actively wanted to make change in my life, none of this was a thought.
I know. But in your 20s, like people don't.
And that's not a problem too. I just wasn't ready to think like this. And I was accepting the future that I was just telling myself of, dance, then you go home and teach. And
that was a society thing for sure. Because that's what society tells us.
Yeah.
You've studied your whole life to become this.
Yeah.
You do that. You do what's expected of you in that industry.
Yeah.
And you become a dance teacher. Nothing bad. You open up your studio. Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
It's fantastic.
I didn't have a college
But
degree.
you didn't want to do that. You were like, wait a second. This is not what I want to do.
I know, but I didn't actually even know that until I was like actually thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like the awareness.
Like what we're
wasn't there.
doing now.
What we're doing now. I wasn't aware.
Do you also think there's people out there that just are not scared of it and just do it and just be like, oh, well, that didn't work out. Let's try something new?
100%.
That's crazy to me.
That's how I feel right now. Like I'm not scared of anything.
Oh, okay, yeah. But you've done the work to get here.
Yes.
Yeah. I think without doing the work.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if someone just wake up.
No.
Yeah, no.
But even how I said that's how I feel now, I'm still scared about the things. It's just I know from my track record, the way that I show up and from doing this work so consistently that if what if I fail? Who cares? I won't fail. I know that.
Yeah.
I'll either learn, I'll pivot, or it'll get me to a next phase. there isn't like a big glooming cloud coming
Yeah.
with me because I choose to like not see that.
Yeah, I don't even look at it as failure anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't, I've taken that out because if I don't know how to do something, I'll ask someone. I'll just ask for help,
Yes.
which I feel like is definitely not a me thing. And also when I was in my 20s, you don't ask for help. You just try to do it, you know, and then you fuck it up. Like your taxes, you know, in your 20s and you're like, oh my God, I don't know how to do it. And you just like go online and search something up and then you fuck it up and you're like, oh, Mom, I need help. You know what I mean? Like now I need help because I fucked it up, but then it still gets done.
Yeah.
You know, like you haven't really fucked it up.
No.
It's okay. Someone's going to come in and help and step in and help fix it.
Yeah.
And then you know for next time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I don't put failure in it because if I don't know the answer to the question, I just call someone.
Totally. I also,
Figure it out.
a big thing that I like drill into my brain all the time, which now feels a bit more natural, but like I don't expect anything I do to be perfect.
Yeah.
For me, I don't expect myself to be perfect at anything to start. Even like when I record modules or when I have teachings or whatever, even with this, like we just come and we just hit it because I'm like, it's going to be great. I just trust in like us. I trust in myself. I trust in like our ability to like do this.
But even the first episode, I think I was so like it was really hard for me for it not to be perfect. Even before we even started recording, I was sending Tan. I was like, we should get this microphone. We need to do this, like this is how people do it. Remember?
Yes, I do.
And you were like, hang on a second.
Yeah, I was like,
let's start with
what we got. We have our little mics right here.
Yeah, let's just start with what we got. And I think even looking back going, oh yeah. Like this podcast isn't perfect. Nothing's perfect. But hello, we're still here. We're doing it every single week. We love it. We believe that we're giving value. We have a great time doing it. We haven't failed.
No, and it's just going to get better and better. Like this is the end of season 1. We're just like this is a great example of like doing something new, not knowing how it's and like going along with it as it grows. Like
we had literally zero experience of starting a podcast. We had no idea.
No,
the day that we first recorded, we didn't even know how to do it. We didn't even know how to.
Do you remember we finished and we were like, I hope, did that save?
Like we had no idea if it saved. We had no idea how to download it. We had no idea how to where do we upload it.
And now we're like a well-oiled machine.
It takes me literally 10 minutes to do it now. So even that first day, it took me the whole day to upload that one episode because I just didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to say to Tan, oh, well, I can't do it.
Yeah.
We can't do this. It's too hard.
Yeah.
Like imagine if we did that.
I know.
That applies to everything.
Every aspect of life.
Every aspect of life. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be scary.
But it'll eventually get easy. It'll eventually feel comfortable. It'll eventually get better.
It's just like a habit as well. It's like training yourself to feel the way that you want to feel. And it becomes a habit. Like if you wake up every morning and make your bed. Like make your bed.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, when you're a kid and your mum made you do those things, now it makes me realize like, oh, that's a good habit. Like that's a good habit that you do every single day.
Yeah.
You make your bed, you brush your teeth, you have your breakfast, whatever. We don't really have breakfast. Actually did have breakfast. I've actually been starting to have breakfast.
Wow.
I know. Because I'm up so early and I'm so hungry.
Fair enough.
But it's just habit stacking and habit setting as well.
Do you know what actually was really big aha moment for me? Like in amongst the beginning of my business was the only comparison I had of myself doing something at like a big scale was how I was in dance, right? Like knowing what I'm actually doing, like, cause I was like, why does this feel so uncomfortable? Right. And then I was like, I know how to teach I can not even prep for a heels class and just like, and have them be like, that was amazing. Like I know what to do so well. And then I realized I spent 15 years in a studio since I was 5 training for that. I've been in LA for 11 years and I expect to be perfect at something new in like the first month. Like give yourself the time and space to grow, learn and evolve.
Oh my God.
And release the pressure of like having to know it all because you like when I thought about it like that, I'm like, why is it so much easier? Why is this so much harder? It was like, because I don't know what I'm doing. And it's not a problem. It's not a sign to stop. It's not that you're not meant to do this. It's that you're learning to do this. Yeah. That's it.
I need to hear that like on a daily basis. No, it's so true. We forget to like give ourselves some grace sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Like, don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah. You're learning.
It's not going to happen in one day.
Thing. Like, you're creating something. It's unfolding. It's happening. It's in progress. Whereas, like, how could I even compare me, dancer, to me as a business owner is hilarious. But I did. I was like, why is this so hard?
Yeah.
Why is this so scary? Why is this so overwhelming? Because I don't know what I'm doing. And it's not a problem. It's it's the flip of the story.
Yeah.
It's not a problem that I don't know what I'm doing.
No.
It's I'm learning how to be a business owner.
Plus, you just started. Like, imagine yourself when you were 5, learning how to dance.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Like, you're a 5-year-old kid learning how to dance.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely suck.
Yep.
Terrible. Can't do the splits. Can't do anything.
Can't do anything.
But, like, and now you're a baby business owner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know what?
Like, I am too.
When
like,
I had that,
baby
like,
business owner.
I am a baby business owner. Not really anymore, but I'm still in the I'm still an infant.
Yeah, you're a toddler.
But when I had that realization, I swear the weight lifted off my shoulders and I moved and progressed quicker because there was no BS story around why this wasn't good enough or why do I feel like this. It was all of that just like floated out the door and I was like, a year from now, I'm going to be so much better. 5 years from now, I'm going to be like long shot. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing and just accept it and I'm learning and it's great right now. So it's just going to get better.
Yep. Okay, can you give us what's your goal for the end of the year?
Ooh.
Like, what's your focus for the next 6 months? Well, you know what I mean, 4 months.
Yeah. My next 6 months is really on building more of a community and network with my Elevate 88. So like bringing more people and getting my stuff out to more people, attracting the right people, bringing more people into my world, like growing the like network of
community.
The community.
Neil knows that, like, literally community is my favorite word. I say it.
Why?
I know. I say it all the time. I do. He's not going to listen.
It's so weird.
I love the feeling of a community. Like, whenever we look at places, I say to him, it needs to feel like family. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I love that feeling.
Community is her favorite word.
I love it. Like, I think I just love my friends. I love my family. I love, and now I have this new office that I work in, and I fucking love it because it feels good. It feels like warm. It feels welcoming. It feels encouraging. Like, it feels like a community. And the area that it's in feels like a community.
Yeah, what is
I feel like I belong. Yeah.
Oh,
you know, like, it feels good.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of it as well. It has to feel good.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to build your community.
I want to build my community. I want to get out there to more people, if that makes sense, and have more people come in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your end of year goal?
I think mine's like similar.
Community.
Community. Definitely more community, which I was brainstorming a few things yesterday on how to be more involved in the community. I was looking up some events and
oh my God.
Yeah.
You're going to be like baking banana bread at community events.
No, I probably won't be baking the banana bread. But just, you know, you can't build a brand without the brand awareness.
Exactly.
So more brand awareness.
Love that.
And I am my brand.
Yes.
You know, you are like Elevate 88, but you are your brand. Like, we, in our businesses, we are the brand. And I think people get drawn to that. They get drawn to the story behind the brand. You know, when I look up a company, I look up how the brand got started.
Like community.
Yeah, like
what was that community?
Yeah, it's nice.
I don't know why it's giving me so much tingles, but I love it. And I think that is like for sure thing. I'm also excited that season 2 is going to be still in this year.
It is, yeah.
And when does it start? When did we say
August. I think we're going to start
September.
Oh, September. No, we're not starting in August.
I think it's like that first week in September. Season 2.
Yeah. So we have some goals and dreams for the podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to do our own brainstorming and brand awareness. So we're going to finish and wrap up season 1 of Downright Dreaming. I'm like hot and sweaty now. And season 2 is coming back September. Yeah, first week of September. So you have August. Just have a vacation, guys.
Have a vacation. Watch our eppies. tell us what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Because we're going to make season 2. We're going to do a full brand revamp.
We're doing an evolution of the podcast.
We are. Now that we know what works, and now that we know we can actually do this, we're going to spend some time and really create something magical for you.
Yeah. And now that we've done it, you know, speaking about what we've been speaking about this whole episode,
it's just going to get better.
Done it. We weren't really scared to do it. It was just like new and what the fuck are we doing? And now that we've done it, we're like, oh yeah, okay, now we can actually do this and make it 10 times better.
100%.
Now we know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we didn't know what we were doing, guys.
We did not.
And
But we still did it.
If you're still here listening, then
We made it to
do
12
it.
eps.
We made it to 12 eps.
So season 1 is a wrap.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.